Yesterday we learned how to solve equations. Today, you will be learning how to solve equations in a more conceptual way, I suppose. So let's begin. Go to the first page on your new notes. It says solving one-step equations. And you will see a bunch of pictures that look like this. So remember what an equation was. An equation has an equal sign, and we know that this piece is equal to this piece here. Because we know those two things, we are able to solve an equation. So when we draw the line, we're saying that it's like this piece here that says this part on this side is equal to this part on this side. So how do we manipulate or move pieces from one side to the other while still maintaining an equation? Well, let's see. I want to find out how many squares or how many x's equal how many dots. I need to first move the dots away from the x in order to see what the x equals, right? So I would do minus 3 dots here. And what I do to one side, I have to do to the other side, or the thing would just move like this, right? So I take away 3 dots here, and I get x equals 2. X equals 2 dots. Okay? So this is what we're doing in a physical sense when we solve an equation that's written like this. We are moving 3 pieces from here and putting them on the other side of the equation. Let's try one more example. We start here with 3 x's on this side and 2 dots, and 2 x's on this side plus 6 dots. So I need to get the x's over with the other x's, right? So I'm just going to recopy this problem here. I need to move these 2 x's over to b with the other x's, right? So I get x plus 2 equals 6. So now I have an equation that looks like this. X plus 2 equals 6, right? These 2 are gone, and these 2 are gone. And I'm left with 1 x here, and then the dots here. So now, how do I get x by itself? I need to move these 2 pieces away from here. What I do to one side, I have to do to the other, or the thing would not be balanced. So I do minus 2 here, minus 2 here, x equals 4. And here we have it, x equals 4 dots. So let's try to solve these on our own. Now that we have a conceptual understanding of how we manipulate an equation, let's do it with math. So first, we draw the line. Then we need to look at the x. What is the operation between the 7 and the x? The operation is multiplication. How do I get this 7 away from the x? I need to use the inverse operation. The inverse of multiplication is division. So I divide, both sides by 7, and I get x equals 3. And that will be my answer here. Let's look at this next one. It asks us, what is the operation between 8 and x? The operation there is division. What is the inverse operation? What is going to let me move the pieces around? The inverse of division is multiplication. So let's use multiplication to move. Remember, you always have to put the one on the other side over 1, because if you have a fraction here, you have to have a fraction here. And I get 8 equals 4x. So I multiply this piece by this one, this piece by this one, and I get 8 equals 4x. Now, what is the operation between 4 and x here? The operation here is multiplication. So now I'm going to use the inverse or division in order to get x by itself. And I get x equals 8 divided by 4 is 2. There's one more thing I want to show you in order to be able to solve the problems that I've given you to complete. Whenever you see a piece outside of the parentheses, just know that the operation here is multiplication. However, the parentheses are special. It's not just any kind of multiplication. It's saying you need to give 1 to each piece. So I give a 9 to the x with multiplication, and I give a 9 to the 2 with multiplication. I draw the line, and now I solve. 9x, 18 minus 18 gives me 0, divided by 9, divided by 9. X equals 0. And that is my answer. So the key part here is that whenever you have a number outside of parentheses, you need to give 1 to each piece inside of the parentheses using multiplication. The final type of problem that you will see today is one that looks like this. I'm just trying to give you a picture of what an equation could represent. I want you to rewrite the price here and the price here and copy this piece in order to solve. So it says $51 plus the cost of a watch equals $79. That's your total at the store. So I need to move the numbers to be with the numbers. I have a positive 51 here, so I need to do the inverse and subtract 51. What I do to one side, I have to do to the other. This cancels. I get A equals 79 minus 51, which is going to give me 28. So we say that the price of the watch is $28.